Hello, welcome everybody. Day 22 has begun. I'm wearing my work shirt again, so I'm not going to raise out past a certain point, so I'm going to stay still. Good news, I did order the microphone that I was mentioning either yesterday or the day before. One of the days I said I was going to get the new mic, and I have ordered it now. So I'm expecting that within the next 1 to 2 weeks, which should be good. Today I did wake up to some slightly unfortunate news. If you watched the video where I spoke about my favorite video games, you would know Terraria, specifically the Calamity mod of Terraria is my favorite game of all time. Unfortunately, today or yesterday, I found out today when I got home from work that it is officially being discontinued and no longer developed after, I think, 10 years of development, which is a massive bummer. But yeah, I think the thing that just stings the most is, if I'm being honest, Calamity has been a big part of my life, especially my high school days when I wasn't the happiest, honestly, with my life. I found a lot of comfort in playing that game, hence why it really does stick. It does kind of hit close for me. You know, some of my best memories with friends who I'm no longer in contact with, or just times where I wanted an escape, I think I found a lot of comfort in playing Calamity mod. And I know at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's just a game, but it was kind of very special to me. So it does suck. It does sting quite a lot, and it is very sad to see such a big part of my high school days coming to an end. It's similar to, you know, when a big band disassembles, I feel like. Or there was a similar situation with Destiny 2, I think, recently, where that game stopped getting support after 10 years, which would sting for anyone who's been sticking with it for a while. I properly got into Calamity during 2018, so I was in year 8 at the time. For Australians, that's like, I can't tell you the exact age, like 11, 12. I'm just guessing, I'm probably wrong, but yeah, it was definitely a time in my life where school was not a happy place for me, and I was looking for an escape, and I sunk hundreds and hundreds of hours into that game, and intended on sinking hundreds of more hours, you know, as the mod progressed, and as updates came out, and as cool new things that have been teased for years and years were finally coming into fruition. But unfortunately, that will never happen. So it is very sad, honestly, in my opinion. That's what I wanted to say about that. Thought I'd just talk about it because it does mean a lot to me, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's that, I guess. That's that. On the plus side, something positive that I can mention is I will be getting a breath test soon that will finally determine kind of the cause of my reflux. The doctor who I have been seeing about it, he isn't convinced it's normal reflux, just because everything that usually causes reflux I'm not currently doing, like drinking alcohol or eating large meals or not drinking enough water, just general stuff like that. Everything, I'm ticking all the boxes, and still it's not going away. So I think that'll be good to finally get an answer and hopefully a fix as to why my voice is so bloody inconsistent. It seems like every single morning I wake up, it's like a 50-50 chance that my voice is either going to sound fine or it's just going to sound croaky and it's going to be hard to project. And then, yeah, I'm just generally less confident when my voice is like that. So I think once I get my proper voice back, it will help a lot in terms of confidence, but also stuff like, you know, making videos, like talking on camera, recording my voice. I think I'll be a lot more confident with that. So I am hopeful with that. Cool. That is very exciting to me. So I thought I would let you know. I am working this afternoon. I will show you the time quickly. I have voice cracked about 5 times this video. That's also due to my reflux. Another voice crack. It is currently 2 p.m. 11th of August. Today's shift kind of sucks. I'm doing a 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the afternoon, so not the longest hours, plus I'll be driving to the gym during peak hour traffic in Sydney, which isn't fun, but I mean, this doesn't happen too often. I do roughly 3 afternoon shifts a week, but oh my god, I just can't. I literally just can't talk without something happening, without voice cracking, without getting the hiccups or anything. What was I saying? I go to the gym or go to work where I work in the afternoons 3 days a week. I do 6 mornings a week, but 3 afternoons. Generally, I'll book I'm not in peak hour traffic, just because if you do the math, like let's say I'm going to and from work twice, so I'm doing 4 different trips, and work is 30 minutes away. That's almost 2 hours some days of driving alone, which is not fun. And then add on top of that peak hour traffic, it can just be absolutely terrible. So I try to limit that back as much as I can. The plus side to driving to work, though, is that I can chuck on a Japanese podcast and get some immersion learning in, which is good. I find that's usually the only time that I will listen to a podcast, just because if I'm at home or I'm out, I would rather be doing other stuff. So I think it's the best way to keep myself consistent with it. I'll also train after my last client, which ends at 8. So I'll probably stay at the gym until about 8:45 today. Get home at about 9:15, which is late. Not the latest shift I've ever done, but definitely a later shift than I would like. Kind of annoying, but it's okay. This stuff happens. I did have to have a client move to today. I ideally don't like to do Tuesday afternoons, just because I can usually get away with putting some of my clients on Wednesday and Thursday, but they weren't. A different client wasn't able to do that this week, so I thought I'd fill it up with a little bit more time. Hence why I'm training there today. As for the rest of the day, while I'm here, plans are do some more editing for my video, which should be fun. Do some Japanese, as always, some vocab stuff while I'm at home, some just general stuff that I am doing at the moment. And I've got to make some phone calls for work, which I'll do straight after this while my voice is still okay. So yeah, I'm probably going to head off now and get started on those. I just want to say, as always, I'm grateful to anyone who spends the time to sit down and watch these videos. It just does mean a lot, and I'm always grateful for it. It does make the journey a little bit easier at times, especially when my confidence seems to just some days take a hit, but it has been pretty good recently, so I'm happy with that. So just wanted to say thank you. That being said, I'll catch everyone tomorrow for day 23. That'll be a Wednesday. Cool. I will see everyone tomorrow. Goodbye.